Seriously, how many times have you ever said to you or to someone else, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Let's talk about it back in a minute. Hey, it's Jan. I live in New York City and I love, love, love helping people to keep or save some more of their own hard earned money. How you doing today? Thank you for being here. I asked a question about, do you ever use the phrase, but I don't have the time? Well, I decided upon something. Now, usually I shrink away from time management type of topics because they don't seem to resonate, and I'll never understand why, because time is way more valuable than money. Because when you lose time, guess what? You don't get it back ever again. So, for those that are still interested, how many times have you used, I'll call it the excuse, but I don't have the time? I have a question for you. Question number two. Can you carve out the time 15 minutes out of any given day to do whatever it is that you keep putting off? But still, 15 minutes is not enough time. Well, maybe it's not enough time to get the entire job done, but 15 minutes, you'll be shocked and amazed as to how many things one could get done in 15 minutes if they put their mind to it. But that could be 15 minutes for Monday, and then you could continue doing the thing that you've been putting off doing for like forever ago to the next day and carve out another 15 minutes on Tuesday, on Wednesday. We're only talking about 15 minutes. This video may run about 5 or 6 minutes. That's like almost practically close to half of the 15 minutes. So perhaps you could listen to such a video like mine. Many of my videos are talking head videos, which means either it's an audio video type thing where you just, see my little, avatar, and it's like radio style, and they're made on purpose that way so that people can listen to the message and get other things done. I find it, in my opinion, a poor excuse when people say, but I don't have the time. I'm sorry. We have to make the time. Sometimes we need to borrow some time from tomorrow, the night before. Very, very common example. Here's a common example. When people want to avoid a chaotic morning, the kids and yourself dashing off to work, dashing off to school. Isn't it a lot better when you have the clothes waiting for you, like on a launching pad, let's say a chair, like the night before, done before, avoiding that crazy chaotic time, or setting the breakfast table already the night before, like a couple of minutes, or setting up your coffee maker and waking up to freshly brewed coffee. Think of how much time one could save that way. Those are just tiny examples. But I think all of us need to consider, or just do it, get into the habit of saying, this 15 minutes is for me and for me alone. Whether it means I want to work out for 15 minutes, go for a walk for 15 minutes, make that personal phone call for 15 minutes, and try to stick to the number. Because you're going to teach yourself personal self boundaries. That is very, very important. Instead of always saying, but I don't have the time, just imagine by assigning yourself the 15 minutes, name it and claim it. Is there something you've been putting off doing? Let's say it's decluttering a drawer. Suppose the whole thought of spending an hour or two decluttering that drawer all at once turns you off. I get that. It could turn me off too, not going to lie. But telling myself, well, I can take that 15 minutes that I already intend to spend, as if like we're spending money, right? Instead of spending time planning on it. I will take that 15 minutes to work on decluttering the drawer today. Put on the timer. Timer goes off. You're done. That's it. Done. Until the next time. If you're totally motivated and want to continue, put the timer back up for another 15 minutes. But if you did the 15 minutes, you are done. You could put that little check mark in your head. And believe me, those little check marks make you feel like you accomplished something. Even if it's something like spraying down the walls of the bathroom, with cleaner, let it sit there the 15 minutes and get a head start. You would be amazed. Or picking up after yourself, or just literally closing your eyes and decompressing from the world at large, or listening to music. It doesn't necessarily have to be a chore. It could be whatever it is that you want to do. I have a whole bunch of books in a bookcase that I'm looking at the titles, and I realize these are great books. Excuse me a second. Getting a frog. Excuse me. I have a whole bunch of really cool books that I really should read. They're here. Might as well read them. But the whole thought of me spending an hour or two reading during the day, I don't have that kind of time because I'm too busy doing other things. But I do have the 15 minutes. Not hours, 15 minutes. So I could say to myself, well, I could take out whatever particular book it is, and I will assign me to 15 minutes, and that's it. So think about this. We may not be able to write ourselves a check, every single one of us, to spend today, but all of us can certainly plan on spending the 15 minutes. Question, now here we are very close to Christmas. Did you finish your gift shopping yet? Did you plan on your menu for Christmas? If this is of importance to you, and if you celebrate that holiday, or whatever it is that you celebrate. Do you plan, even if you don't acknowledge that holiday, do you plan on doing something special that day? Maybe you need the 15 minutes to consider it. Is there a phone call that you've been putting off because you say the lame excuse, but I don't have the time? We actually do have the time. We just have to assign ourselves the time. Funny thing is, sometimes what we think is going to take a really long time does not. Another example, making your bed first thing in the morning. Oh, I'm too tired. I don't have the time. No, I don't think so. I disagree. You could flip on your coffee switch if that's what you're drinking, coffee. Or you could put on one of my videos in the background or music to motivate you and make that bed. Study after study after study has constantly proven that making your bed first thing in the morning, for some reason or another, gives us all a better sense of accomplishment and a better sense of semblance. Who agrees with that? Who is going to decide to carve out 15 minutes every single day to do whatever it is you want to do for yourself, whether it's a chore, whether it's wrapping a gift, whether it's taking a walk, making that phone call that you've been putting off? Who's going to guarantee yourself a 15-minute carved out time for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Take good care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Bye-bye.